We're just two friends who love the movies, call each other every morning.
Hello.
Hey, what's on your mind, buddy?
No, so we're in December now. We're getting around the time where people start putting out their list, and I know that
The
you know
Christmas list, right?
that and the year-end list, the top movies of the year. I know that at least for me, and I would assume you as well. Roger Ebert is a big influence. Am I correct about that? Roger Ebert's very important in terms of your movie upbringing, your writing, critiquing.
Oh,
I know it is for
yeah,
me.
I would say he's been an influence on me. Yeah.
So I thought it would be fun if we, because RogerEbert.com, obviously, Roger Ebert has passed since 2013, but every year what they do is the editors, which all of them will kind of get together and make their top 10 for the RogerEbert.com, right?
Oh,
Uh,
cool.
yeah, later on they do release their individual list, which I always thought was very fun to go through. But they do release the Roger Ebert's top, the 10 best films of 2025. And I thought it would be cool to just kind of go over those, just
Yeah, let's do it.
um, so at number 10 they have Vague.
Oh, nice.
Nouvelle, yeah,
Nouvelle Vague?
no Nouvelle Vague. I'm gonna go with that, bitch. Nouvelle
I
Vague.
don't know. I have no idea.
Uh, the first line is a love letter to movies. Might be a fairly overused phrase, but how else would you describe Richard Linklater's elegantly adoring ode to the French New Wave? I've watched this movie. You haven't. I can't wait for you to watch it. I love this movie, man. This movie, God, it's so much fun, and it's just a breeze, man. It's so good, so good. Yeah, that's their number 10. Let's go to their number 9, dude, is Train Dreams. What are your thoughts on that, Mitch?
It's no surprise. Neither of those feel surprising. Looking forward to the first one, and I still have fond feelings toward Train Dreams.
Yeah, so I wasn't surprised for Train Dreams. I love that movie. Number 8, they have, which is a movie that I haven't seen. My buddy saw it. He said it was okay. Um, Ephus,
Ephus, how do you spell it?
Eephus.
I don't think I've even heard of that.
Yeah, it's a baseball movie.
A drama film, a United States movie?
Yeah, it's a U.S. film.
Huh.
I
Okay.
yeah, the only time I've heard of this is whenever my friend went to go watch it. It was playing here at the Draft House, and he gave it a very mixed review of it. But
Okay.
I mean, it's number 8.
RogerEbert.com likes it. I'm gonna have to take a look, see what that's all about.
Yeah, so it's number 8. Number 7, they have listed as The Secret Agent.
Oh yeah, this foreign movie. The trailer honestly does not inspire, in my opinion, but it's getting a
No,
lot of
no,
positive press.
I'm with you, man. The trailer didn't really do anything for me, but I mean, it's been on a lot of top 10 lists. I love a good crime thriller, especially if it's 2 hours and 40 minutes long, which I think this movie is a long one. So
Yeah.
yeah, uh,
What nation is that? Do you know offhand?
I don't know.
That's
I
okay.
I don't know. I'm sorry. So next up, number 6. If I had legs, I'd kick you.
Wow, that's high. So, you told me, did you end up finishing that one?
I haven't had time, man. I'm watching
Uh,
this. I'm watching this solo. It's kind of hard whenever I watch movies solo. They usually I end up watching them late at night.
uh-huh.
But the thing about this movie is that it's very dark in that if I put it on, it's not that I'm bored. It's like it's such a dark movie. It's very
Yeah,
dense that like
yeah.
I find myself kind of like I don't know, not falling asleep, but getting a little dozy, and I feel like I'm not giving it its fair shake. So I think this is one where I'm gonna have to finish like on a Saturday during the day.
Well, I know it has a role for the host of the Academy Awards in it. I remember him doing some rounds last year on talk shows, Conan O'Brien, and him saying that basically when he was commenting on how he thought he did in the movie, he said, I don't think I was too much of a distraction. And I was like, yeah, because that's really the thing to be worried about if you're Conan O'Brien, is being too much of a distraction in a dramatic role. But even in the trailer, I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna pull it off.
Well, I will say in the couple of scenes I've seen him in so far, you get past that. It's he's not being his Conan self.
You know,
Um,
he ends up being the bad guy, and he's like drugging her.
well, and now who's the spoiler king?
Can you imagine if I was right about that somehow?
So you'd be the spoiler king. That would be your new name.
What if like every movie that I haven't seen, I always try to like give a spoiler
Yeah.
from a movie that I haven't seen, and we see how often I'm right, and then
See if you're on the nose.
yeah,
All right, so the number five is a movie that did surprise me. It's the new David Cronenberg, which might be his last movie. Is kind of what I've
is
heard.
he old?
I think he's just retiring. I don't know. I could be wrong, but this is called The Shrouds.
Yeah, that one looked pretty spooky. I mean, in terms of a disturbingness.
Yeah, so we have The
I thought that was a
Shrouds.
last year movie, to be honest, but
No, I think it's all about the whole. You know how we had that like what
yeah,
qualifies.
let me see if I can explain it. So the way we do the lists is if it had a theatrical United States release that wasn't for a film festival, the year that it had that is the year we go by, and if it's streaming, it's the year that it drops on streaming.
Yes. So, and then usually we have some that open like, let's say a movie will open up limited April, and then it'll open up in August, right? So there's been instances like that. So
Sometimes
uh,
there's some arguments. I've put wrong movies on my list before.
I think I have two. I'd have to go back through my list, but I think I have two. The number four that they have listed on their list is Sorry Baby.
That's high. That's high.
I think that's very high. Um, I don't know. Why do you think people are so in love with this movie, Mitch?
I don't know, to be completely honest with you. Uh, I could try to speculate, but it seems like a movie that if I watched it, I would say I think this is going to get some positive critical consensus, but I wouldn't expect it to be four on the list of a site like Roger Ebert, and I perhaps wouldn't have even expected. I guess I'm not that surprised that she got a Golden Globe nomination, but yeah, it's getting more and more uh, positive press than you would expect for what's essentially just a really well done indie.
Yeah, I'm very surprised. I'm there with you, man. I think this is just a very well done indie. I think there's been so many other indie films that have come out in the past, decade or so that are far more better than this film that are not getting like even awards at recognition. You know what I mean? So it is surprising, especially that the Golden Globes kind of acknowledge them. I wonder how it's gonna fare with the Oscars.
Maybe it's because Barry Jenkins attached. Maybe he's doing a lot of string pulling.
Promotion,
Uh,
you think, and all that.
yeah, he's got some network that he can put into play to get that more traction.
Yeah, I
But
don't know.
not taking anything away from. Is her name Eva Victor?
Yeah, I think it's Eva Victor.
Yeah, it's a, a distinct voice, and it's good to see distinct voices get elevated, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, I like the film. I just, at this point, especially seeing it on Roger Ebert's list, I just have to, by default, just say I think it's a little overrated. But that's
Try to
just,
relax, everybody.
just relax. All right, and this is one that I think you're gonna be, because I know I'm almost certain that you weren't a big fan of this movie. You liked it, but you weren't a big fan. Number three, they have Sinners.
Oh, no, that's pretty good. That makes sense. I mean, that feels high too. I expect like for some reason this is just the way my brain works. I expect Train Dreams to be a lot, closer down on the list. I expect like some of these big foreign films, like the Secret Agent, just feels like a movie that would, even though I'm not inspired by the trailer, maybe it's great, but it just feels like the type of movie that's going to be higher up on these lists.
Yeah,
So okay, Sinners is, it took the movie theaters by storm, and critics and audiences seemed to really like it, and I
yeah.
liked it too. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I mean, I love Sinners. I
Oh,
thought it was
praise the
one of
Lord.
the. I thought it was
I
one of.
love the sinner, hate the sin, right?
That's there you go. It was a good time during the movies, man. I think I watched that movie twice. The first time I watched it, I had a whole lot of fun. But to be honest with you, man, it wasn't until the second watch where I really appreciated it more, and I think I enjoyed it more the second time. I really dig it, and I understand people's critiques of, oh, it's just copying other movies. Well, I mean, movies take things from other movies, and I really appreciate what Ryan Coogler did. He made his own film. I really liked the young kid in the film, and I thought all the supporting characters were really well. So I'm not really surprised because that movie. I'll just let you know, Mitch. Expect Sinners to be on a whole lot of lists when people start submitting them, and I have a feeling it's gonna get a lot of nominations come Oscar.
All right, we just found out our second confirmed movie on Sam's top 10 list.
All right, number two is a movie I haven't seen. I know you haven't seen it. I am dying to see it. I've been seeing a lot. I like to go on Reddit just to see people's opinions. A lot of people even are saying that this movie is the best movie of the 2020s so far. It was just an accident.
Oh yeah, that's another one that wasn't that inspired by the trailer.
Yeah, so I like the director. This is his first film since being released from prison.
Oh yeah.
Um, and so I mean it looks very entertaining. I've heard that it's kind of funny, but it's also intense, and it's a very what would you do in this situation kind of movie, right?
Oh yeah.
So I love movies like that. Um, so I'm not really surprised that this one is so high on the list. And the number one, which is no surprise, that is One Battle After Another.
Okay. If you say so, RogerEbert.com.
I mean, Mitch, look, I know you liked the film. You didn't love it. I really loved it. I can't wait to watch it again. Um, I don't think it's one of PTA's best films, but it makes sense that it's getting all the awards recognition and the critics love for it. Um, so I'll just leave it at that. It's yeah. I mean, I think it's a really strong film. I don't think it's a masterpiece like some people are saying, but that's just my opinion. I mean, I know we've talked, so many episodes about PTA and One Battle, but seeing it as its number one, what are your thoughts?
Well, again, no surprise. A mostly unsurprising, weirdly uninspiring list. What have you been thinking? Are you reading RogerEbert.com very much these days? I usually read it after every movie that I watch.
I For me, it's not so much going to rogerebert.com to pull up the movie. It's more so I tend to look at the the critics themselves. So I enjoy some of the ones that I like on there. I like Christine Lemire's reviews.
Hmm.
She actually has a YouTube channel called Breakfast All Day that is probably one of my favorite movie review channels. So I look at her, and then what's that guy that you like?
Matt Zeller Sites,
So I look at him, and then I like looking at Brian. I don't know.
Tellerico.
Yeah, I like looking at him as
Well,
well.
I used to like looking at him, but I've started to get a little sour towards him. I was disappointed in his. It was funny because Lori was actually expressing her disappointment in him lately, and I was like, I usually like him. So maybe she colored my opinion a little bit, but we both had the same experience when we were reading his review for Ballad of a Small Player, because I we were talking about his review, and I was like, you should read the comments on that one. And she was like, I did, but I never do. And I said, I never do either. But we were both so flabbergasted by what he was writing about the movie. And we went into the comments to like commiserate with other people who were equally flabbergasted by what he was saying.
So
Uh,
I haven't read it, and I regardless, I'd like to hear why didn't you like his review of it?
it was just the things you were saying didn't seem like you've had this experience sometimes where maybe you've had it even hearing me talk about a movie where you don't feel like you're watching the same movie as this person.
Okay.
So it's like that, but also just like some things that just, and I even think in this one, maybe it was a different review recently, but there's a review, maybe this one, where he said like, "Look, I've been a film critic for a long time," and it just felt like, in that one particularly, like, then why are you making such, you know, er, dramatic oversights about, what this movie was up to? He would make a
Yeah.
comment about a character motivation and how it was never parsed out, and then you could just clearly point to where it was, you know, articulated in the movie's language. Look, and people disagree. It was just one of those things where I was just like, this feels like lazy film
Yeah.
criticism.
Well,
But
well,
these guys watch a ton of movies.
if you had to recommend a couple of reviews for me and the audience to read of that Brian guy, so obviously I want to read the Ballad of a Small Player. What's another one that you would recommend?
Well, I wouldn't recommend the Ballad of a Small Player one unless you just want to commiserate with me. But I don't have any specific ones for him or even Christy Lemire. That maybe kind of shows you sort of the hierarchy of how good these writers are. Because with Sites, immediately I think the Knight of Cups review, the Life Itself, the Ebert documentary review. There's just certain ones that stand out in my mind kind of
Yeah.
instantly. But with the others, not as much. Still, I like the site. I like the writers on there. Um, so not trying to. I go there every time for a reason. Uh, but yeah,
Yeah.
this list is a little uninspiring,
Yeah.
and
Well,
hopefully they're staying on the ball with their writing and still living up to the spirit of the man whose name is on the site.
Well, yeah, like I said, Mitch, I tend to just look at this list for fun. The one that I actually look forward to more is the individual list. And so, you know, maybe we can just do an episode on that, where we just kind of quickly go over everyone's list,
Yeah, the ones that we like or we follow for sure. Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, all right. All right, man. Well, I'll talk to you a little bit later, dude. Nice chat.
That's it.